Hello and welcome to Immigration with Kathia. This is a show where I, Kathia Quiros, an immigration lawyer, will tell you the news about immigration, will teach you the laws, will answer questions, and try to infuse the immigrant community with hope in that there is a better future. And regardless of what we're going through with coronavirus right now, there is a chance for all of us to make a better life in the United States. So right now, today, I want to talk to you about the proclamation that the president just signed and that suspends the green card issuance to some immigrants. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about this proclamation. It's not an executive order. There is a minor difference. At the end of the day, it's the same thing because it still hurts, but that's what we're talking about today. So this proclamation basically says that for the next 60 days, the government, specifically the Department of State, cannot give green cards to people who are within a certain types of visa petitions. So if you have a family petition from your mother, your father, and you are older than 21, single or married, or you have the family petition from your brother or your sister, then in the next 60 days, you cannot have the interview in the consulate or in the embassy of your country because the president has suspended the issuance of those green cards. If you are the spouse or the child of a legal permanent resident and you are in the process of getting the green card, you cannot have the interview outside in your home country in the next 60 days because of this suspension. However, if you are the wife or the child of a U.S. citizen, this suspension has nothing to do with you. You can still have the interview outside in your home country and the government will still give you the green card. If you are the spouse of someone in the military, this suspension has nothing to do with you. If you're a doctor or a nurse, the suspension has nothing to do with you. You can still get your green card in the next 60 days. If you are planning on coming to work with a temporary visa because you are an agricultural worker or because you have a J visa or a TN visa or an H visa, all of these are temporary visas. They have not been affected by the suspension, so you can still come under those circumstances. If you have a tourist visa right now or any type of visa and you are outside the United States, you will have no problem coming back. You will be fine. If you're a legal permanent resident and you're stranded outside the United States because of the pandemic, you can still travel inside the United States as soon as you come. So who is affected? It's affected anybody who is going to get the green card outside the United States, not the people who are applying for the green card inside the United States. If you are inside and you're asking for the green card inside the United States, the suspension has nothing to do with you. You are not going to be affected. If you are getting papers through VAWA, U-Visa, SIJS, asylum, refugee, the suspension has nothing to do with you. You will still be able to continue your process. And if you are affected because you were going to be one of those who was going to have an interview outside in your home country in the embassy, are you really affected? Well, your case is going to be delayed 60 days. But I don't think that's a very big deal if you are waiting for that day inside the United States with your family. I think it's a major problem for those who are waiting outside, who are stranded outside, and who are now separated from their families. So to all of those, my heart is with you. My prayers are with you. I think family separation is one of the worst consequences of the immigration laws that we currently have. So what can we do? For those, first you have to realize if you are affected or not. Most people are not. Then you have to understand that every time we hear news about immigration and they seem terrible, we have to take it with a grain of salt and understand that we are in election time. And in elections times, this is part of, politics and part of getting the vote. And right now, because we're immigrants and we don't have a voice, then nobody cares about what we think. So that's why we need to make sure that we gather as many friends and family who are US citizens, and we force them to vote. Because when they vote, then they can pick pro-immigrant congresspeople, pro-immigrant senators who can help us obtain better laws for immigrants in this country. I hope this explanation was easy to understand for you. And I have to admit, I have a very big feeling of relief, because I was very worried that it was going to be much more harmful. So I think it's not that bad. And the president has said that in 60 days he will reevaluate and decide if it's going to be longer than 60 days or not. I hope that he doesn't do that. I hope that in 60 days this whole suspension thing will be over, but we have to see. Let me see if I have any questions in English, and I will answer as best as I can. Let me see. I have a question here. Hi, Kathia. I have my 765 with my priority date for 15 days forward. I applied for Trubawa. The order will delay my work authorization. No, this has nothing to do with you. If your work authorization is delayed, it's going to be because of this whole pandemic thing. Hi, Anel. She says, nice to see you twice a day. She says that because I do this in Spanish too, and it's in the same channel. Okay, so let me see. I don't see any other question in English, so you can leave me a comment. I do my best to read all the comments. Sometimes, most times, I cannot answer because I don't have enough time, but I will use your comments to do new videos. So thank you very much for being with me today. Please share if you have family and friends who can listen to this in English. I will be bringing more information as I obtain it and as I learn it to be able to explain it to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.